You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Black and White Sports fans, we're going to be talking about retired USWNT player Carli Lloyd, who is now retired. A few weeks back, we did a video where Carli Lloyd came out and said that the culture of the USWNT was the worst she had ever seen over the past several years or so. And we all interpreted that the reason why she was saying this is because these players were more focused on being woke, kneeling for the national anthem, that kind of thing, led by Rapinoe. I believe that that is what she was actually talking about. However, Carli Lloyd now has come out and said that she was pretty much misinterpreted in what she was saying. But guys, I'm not really buying that whatsoever. I'm really not going to buy that, okay? Check this out. Over here on Larry Brown Sports, Carli Lloyd disputes interpretation of her culture criticism. Let's read this, guys. Carli Lloyd was recently critical of the culture that exists with the U.S. women's national team, but she is unhappy with the way her comments were interpreted. Lloyd, one of the best players in U.S. women's soccer history, announced her retirement last October. The 39-year-old has since voiced some strong opinions about the USWNT, most recently when she said the culture within the team was the worst I've ever seen. That is her words. Most assume Lloyd was referring to players on the team dedicating time and energy to social justice issues. Lloyd insists that is not what she meant. In a recent interview with Business Insider, Lloyd said she was not referring to culture on race, on gender, on any of that. She felt the hunger with the USWNT begin to fade towards the end of her career. Now keep that in mind, okay? Quote, the culture for me is what the culture has been on the national team since the inception, Lloyd said. All of those players, they brought a fight. They brought a hunger. They brought a desire. They brought mentality. They brought a never say die attitude. They brought fight, finding a way, whether it's the 91st minute to get a ball in the back of the net. That has slowly dissipated from 2015 on. Lloyd added that she understands it is human nature for a team to get complacent after winning 4 World Cups. She said that was evident when the USWNT came away with a disappointing bronze medal finish at the Olympics in Tokyo last year. Well, guys, what were they doing in the Tokyo Olympics last year? They were more focused on social justice and wokeness and not actually playing the game. Says here, quote, we had some of the best players out there. Talent-wise, on paper, we should have won. And we should have went in there and we should have thrashed teams, but we didn't because we weren't a team, she said. And because we didn't win, well, because we didn't have the culture of what has made this team so successful over the years. Now, it's kind of interesting, guys. You know, Rapinoe has been kneeling for quite a few years now, roughly around that same time frame that Carli Lloyd was actually mentioning, 2015 on. I believe she actually started somewhere around 2016. Now, it even says here on Larry Brown Sports, it's hard to believe the social justice issues played no role in forming Lloyd's opinion. If you remember, and we said this before, she was the only player to not take a knee prior to the bronze medal game in the Summer Olympics last year. Lloyd made it clear as far back as 2016 that she thought the kneeling was a distraction and wanted no part of it. That was Carli Lloyd. So why is she saying now that didn't play a role in her culture reference? I absolutely still believe right now that played a role in the culture reference. Now, being complacent, you know, after winning championships, we've seen that across sports. We've seen that. But that doesn't necessarily mean, you know, that the culture is bad. It's just hard to repeat in sports. But she said the culture was the worst she had ever seen. And she goes on there with Hope Solo, and Hope Solo has been critical of Megan Rapinoe, talking about how Megan Rapinoe would actually bully players into kneeling. I'm not buying what Carli Lloyd is saying right here, this backtracking. I'm not buying that whatsoever. I believe what she said was crystal clear. She didn't kneel, and I believe there was a rift in the locker room with these players that wanted to be woke. They were definitely more focused on being social justice warriors and not actually, being soccer players and try to win. And they finished bronze medal last season last year, I should say, in the Tokyo Olympics. They were more concerned about that. I believe that's the kind of culture thing she was actually talking about. I don't know why she's trying to change it and backtrack it. It is clear as day that all of the kneeling, the social justice stuff created a rift, and she didn't want to be a part of it. Because why didn't Carli Lloyd actually kneel for the national anthem? She said herself, it is a distraction. And ever since then, the culture got worse and worse and worse. And then Carli Lloyd said, this is the worst I've ever seen when it comes to the culture of the USWNT players. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.